This one says, can you break down the admissions process or law school timeline? Hi. No one in my family ever went to law school. I'm just so confused about all this. I know I have to take the LSAT and I have an LSAC account, but I'm just dumbfounded how much this whole process costs. I'd ask my parents for money and they'd want to help me, but my dad got furloughed and my mom doesn't have much extra money. I'm the oldest of three and my grandma lives with us. Can you do people like me a favor and break down how to start this law school process? I know you'll tell me not to go to law school, yada, yada, but I've talked with about 25 lawyers and interned at the DA's office. I'm entering my senior year at a regional school and have worked all through college. I know how to work hard, haha. I know having some kind of blueprint would help me plan when to take the test and what I have to buy/save money for. I haven't started studying for the LSAT yet. Best, Red. Can we break it down in 2 minutes? Maybe 5 minutes?
For sure. Yeah. So schools start in the fall, right? And applications for that fall start a year earlier.
Yep.
And preparation for, you got to have an LSAT score before you apply. And I would say that people should start 6 months to a year before that. Obviously it doesn't take that long. Some people can prepare for the LSAT in like 3 months, but it doesn't hurt to have that extra time. So you're not rushing something that's going to make a big difference in how much money you ultimately have to pay for law school. So I'd say 1.5 to 2 years out from when you plan to start law school, you want to start preparing for the LSAT. For you, Red, that might be today. So sounds like
yeah, I mean, I do think that it's something like 2 years before you want to start school. When you add it all up, you can work backward. If we wanted to start law school in 2022, then ideally we would have our applications in the fall of 2021. And you might have to take the LSAT multiple times before you send in those applications. And it might take you 3 months, 6 months, 9 months to get your best LSAT score. So starting in November of 2020 to start law school in September of 2022, I don't think that's overly early at all.
Yeah.
That's probably how long it's going to take if you want to do this in a civilized way where it's not too stressful. You can study for a little bit every day or most days, 5 days a week, an hour or two a day for 6 or 9 months. Make sure you nail your best LSAT score and then apply early for the next admission cycle. Right now in November, we hear every day, we get emails every day with people talking about their various admissions offers, right?
Yep.
Did you see the thread, Ben, where Santi, our teacher, was talking about his most recent admissions offers?
Oh, no, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, he's applying. He had applied last cycle and didn't like his offers, so he turned them all down, retook the LSAT, got a higher score, reapplied, which was a very smart decision. But he's already in at Fordham, Wash U, Michigan. He's got substantial scholarships at some of his other schools. Those are just examples of places that he's in at.
Yeah.
And the message for Red is you want to make sure you're applying early in the cycle, because otherwise you're competing against people who applied earlier than you did. And it's more likely that they're going to get the plum spots and the best scholarships. So that's why we have to do it so far in advance. How much money do you think Red needs to save? I mean, first, Red, apply for the Law School Admission Council fee waiver. If you get that fee waiver, you get 2 free LSATs, you get the Credential Assembly Service for free, you get a whole bunch of those score reports for free. No law school will charge you an application fee if you qualify for the LSAC fee waiver, and we'll give you the LSAT Demon for free.
Yeah.
Or for $30 that we have to pay to the LSAC. Yeah. So, definitely apply right away for that fee waiver. If you don't get the fee waiver, how much does all that cost, Ben?
Let's start with LSAC. So the fees to LSAC are going to be $200 a pop for each time you take the LSAT. Most people should plan on taking it twice, maybe
Make
3
sure you're
times. That's $600 right there.
what I was gonna what I had said was for red for everybody, you should just
Yeah.
be fully prepared before you take your first LSAT. We
Yep.
never ever recommend anybody go in there and take an official test without being fully prepared. Your practice test scores will tell you whether you're ready. If you're happy with your practice test scores, then you can sit for the $200 official test. Don't sign up for that official test until you're sure you're going to get to where you need to get, whatever your goals are. But then,
Yeah.
even having said that, you probably need to plan on taking it at least twice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
Yep.
What are all the
So
other?
that's
So that's $400 right there.
let's say $400. Yeah. And hopefully, you knock it out of the park the first time, but okay.
Save
And
yourself a couple
then,
$100 if you do. Yeah.
yeah. Although you don't want to be penny wise and pound foolish, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
at the end of the day, we're talking about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the line here.
Yeah.
It'd be really foolish to be like, oh, I saved $200 and
Yep.
lost. Anyways. Okay. The next thing is you have to sign up for CAS, right? Or was it? That's right, right?
Credential Assembly Service. Yeah.
Yep.
CAS.
Mm-hmm. And that's like 145, maybe. I guess we can just Google
I
that real
thought that
quick.
was like a couple hundred. Yeah. I think they keep creeping that fee up as well.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
at
actually just
600
gonna.
so far.
Okay, so yeah, you're actually right. The Credential Assembly Service is 195, and the LSAT is 200. Like what? Okay. Anyway, the law school reports are each $45. So that's the fee you have to pay LSAC every time you apply to a law school. So we have 400 plus 200, so we're at 600 plus what? You have to apply to at least 10 law schools. So that's $450 at least.
Yeah, and Red might not understand why you have to apply to at least 10 law schools. We say if you don't apply to 10 law schools, you don't know what your real value is in the marketplace. I mean, the thing we're
Yeah.
fishing for here is
Yeah.
full ride scholarships. Red says, I know you'll tell me not to go to law school, yada, yada, but that's not what we say. What we say is don't pay for law school.
Yeah.
If you apply to 10 law schools, Red, you give yourself a much better chance of not paying for law schools. Go to lsatdemon.com/scholarships, play with your GPA and your LSAT and see what kinds of schools would be most likely to give you those scholarships to figure out where to apply.
Yeah. Okay.
So 10 of those.
Yeah, so I'm
How
looking at
much do
another
those cost?
$400. 10, yeah, $45
That's just the
each.
report fees.
That's just the report fee. You also have the law school side, but right now we're at about $1,000 to $1,100.
Let's
right?
also assume, Red, you can ask every school you apply to give you an application fee waiver, whether or not you get their LSAC Credential Assembly Service fee waived. So the schools themselves, probably you can get around having to pay that application fee, but the report fee, you can ask to get that waived as well, but that's going to be a little tougher.
Yeah, and that's what American was talking about, right?
Right.
The law school report fee as opposed to necessarily their fee. But if you end up paying the law school application fee at say half of them, what are they? Like typically $75 maybe?
Yeah, American is $70 and
Mm-hmm.
it's automatically waived for any applications submitted by May 1st of 2020. So that was this year's policy.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to roll over pretty quickly on waiving their 70 or 65 or whatever. I think we can almost assume that that's zero. And I just
Zero?
don't. Yeah.
Maybe say $200 just for safety or $100
Okay.
bucks. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
No,
going to be
no.
one or two that might charge you, right?
Yep.
So, okay. So now are we at like 1,300 roughly? Well, 1,200 maybe?
Yep. Let's say 12.
Let's say 12. Okay. So you're at $1,200 and then what else you got to do? You got to prepare for the LSAT.
Right.
So again, if you do our program and you go to the top program, top tier, which is the live classes 7 days a week, that's $295 a month. Most people take 4 months to prepare, right? So 3 to 4. So that's another $1,200.
If you do the top, live subscription, we have lower tiers of subscriptions that are available for $95 a month. You can drill on your own 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Yeah.
using our videos and our written explanations. By the way, you can go to lsatdemon.com and sign up for the free trial. The free trial has a growing repository of very useful stuff. For $0, you can go to the free trial and watch full live classes, at least one full live class with me.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll get a lot out of it. I think it will be super helpful. You can also do all the drilling you want for free during that free trial period. So check out the free trial and see what you like. Then you can decide how much of the live interactions you really want. Premium has, a couple days a week worth of live stuff. The live version has multiple events 7 days a week. Like I think we have 5 classes today, Ben. So it's,
Yeah.
all the live interaction you possibly want.
Yeah.
So yeah, anywhere between $95 and $295 a month, it'll cost Red for that. Although if Red gets the fee waiver, for the LSAC fee waiver, then you get the basic version of the Demon for free, or for $30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I mean, we're assuming that you sign up for some sort of preparation. You don't have to do that, but I just feel like it's again being penny wise and pound foolish. Your time is also worth something, and heading in the right direction for $300 a month, or maybe 95, or maybe even $30 for 4 months, depending on your situation.
Right.
I think in the long run is going to pay off big time. I'd hate for you to be wasting your time, right? How many people have we like taught, tutored over the years, and they come to us and they say, "Oh, I've been studying for the last 6 months, but I haven't made any progress."
Yeah.
They're spinning their wheels. No, maybe that's not you, but
Oh, people spend months with Khan Academy
mm-hmm,
and make no progress, and they're trying to save money, but what they don't realize is they're wasting their most valuable resource, time.
mm-hmm,
If you're going to be spending time on LSAT prep, I think you want to try to be doing it where you're making the most progress possible. And if you end up paying us a little bit of money and we help you make progress, much faster and potentially much more progress than you even thought was possible, more progress than, your pre-law advisor might have told you is possible,
yeah,
like 15 points or 20 points of improvement on the LSAT. If that's what happens, you're going to save a couple $100,000 worth of law school tuition.
yeah,
And so, think about the investment there. If you end up spending $1,000 or whatever it is on the Demon, it's well worth it to save, $250,000 by the time all the interest and everything adds up on your law school tuition.
yeah. I mean, so bottom line sounds like around $2,400.
Yeah.
And but if you get a fee waiver, you could knock that almost all of that out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The LSAC fee waiver is worth a lot of money. Everybody who, has a credible case should definitely apply for that fee waiver. Save yourself a lot of that money.
Yeah.
I'm a first generation law student. None of my parents, neither of them went to college. So I really feel for people like Red and want to help them make good decisions. I mean, that's what we're all about here, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
do this the right way and save yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars, because law isn't for everybody. And I hope it's for you, Red. Whether or not you end up having a successful legal career, I don't want you to be saddled with $250,000 of debt that you didn't need to have. So
Mm-hmm.
invest, start a couple of years ahead of time, invest a couple $1,000, and set yourself off on the right path in law school.
Yeah.